Number one, how do you define diversity? I define diversity as just students and where they come from and their different backgrounds when they get to us. And then also, diversity can be a lot of different things. It can be their socioeconomic status, it could be their ability levels, it could be their cultural diversity, it could be their gender, age differences. Um, it could really be anything that makes a student different or makes your class diverse could be, you know, diversity. I think just when there's a variance in your classroom, that is diversity, just because it's a difference. I mean, diversity is being diverse, and in your classroom there will be diversity. So, number two, explain how there is diversity in learning mathematics. Okay, so from the book, not just in chapter 13 and 14, but there's been a lot that I've read during the cultural connection section of each chapter. And one thing that stands out in my mind is the place value section, and how place values are different for different kinds of cultures, and how number systems can be completely different. And so a lot of methods of solving mathematics and um, conceptual understandings have to be different, because not all number systems are the same as ours. And that's one of the most, on a really broad scale, that's one of the most diverse things, because when you're talking globally, other countries are not even going to be using the same number systems as we always are. So for me, that's the biggest one on the largest scale. Also in the research, um, the website, the Nations Report Card website, the NAEP long-term trend assessments for 2012 says that in both reading and mathematics at all three ages, black students made larger gains from the early 1970s than white students. Well, that just shows that there's a diversity in the scoring and understanding between different demographics. Because everyone comes from different backgrounds, I think that we've been able to learn more about how to meet their needs based on their backgrounds and where they come from, which kind of gets into question number 3. What would you do as a teacher of mathematics to enhance equity and address diversity in your classroom? Well, like I said, the first thing that you can do is really try to understand where your students come from, and by understanding their background and how they learn and what is important to them and their values, you can understand maybe why they struggle in some of the things that they struggle with. So first, by making yourself aware and trying to understand your students. I also think that differentiating instruction is really important, because students learn in all different kinds of ways, and when you know your students' learning types, then you can help meet their needs better. And when you have diverse learning types and diverse backgrounds, then there's going to be a lot of different learners and ways that those learners can learn. So yeah, differentiate instruction, so you can meet all your students. And then also, I would say, just for me, I think that concrete can help reach everyone, because that's something that you can hold in your hands and manipulate, and it can be almost universal as long as you communicate it in the right way so that it has meaning to them. So that's one of the things that you can do to enhance equity, because students that can't comprehend abstract things, well, if you give everyone a concrete, they don't have to do that. They don't have to be at that level yet. So that's what I would do to enhance equity and to address diversity. Like I said, differentiating instruction, using concrete, knowing your students. So yeah, there's my 3 questions.